Hello, Pisces. How are you? It's Michelle from the Guided Intuitive. How are you? I am here to do a read for the month of October 2018. And this will cover all Pisces sun, moon, rising, and your Venus as well. Okay? So just make note of that. And if this does resonate with you guys, please note your comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Definitely subscribe, like, and share. This keeps my channel going. So I really appreciate that, you guys. So thank you so very much. Now, what I'm going to do is do a different spread with some different cards here. And I think this will actually just be a little bit of change. We got to kind of change things up a bit every now and then, right? So that's what I'm actually doing here. So before I go work out, which I'm going to do and upload these videos and then come back and do a few more and then I should be done. But I am really trying to push them out this weekend. So hopefully the technology will work with me and be in divine partnership with this. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to see what we have here for you. Now, if you guys would like a personal read, please go ahead and go to theguidedintuitive.com. We can hook you up with that. Also, please note, too, that we do have a Facebook group. It's at The Guided Intuitive on Facebook. There's a little button that you can press that says Visit Group, and that will prompt a couple questions and then slide you right on in. So we try to keep it a very safe haven for those that want to be a part of the group. So just, make note of that. And then, of course, this is not going to resonate with everyone. Take what does, kick out what doesn't. And it wasn't meant for you if that's the case, okay? So just note that. And if you do not know what your sun, moon, and rising and Venus signs are, check the description box below. It'll actually help you. And plug in 12 noon if you don't know what your birth time is, okay? So without further ado, let's get started, okay? All right. So what do we have in store for Pisces, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. Been shuffling all the way through. And we're going to see. Oh, there we go. Okay, see what comes up. Now, this is going to be your past. This is going to be your current situation. And then this is going to be what you want. And then this is going to be what you need to do. And this is going to be what you need to watch out for. Okay, so I'll move these down just a little bit because they're a little bit different from the rest here. Okay, so let's look at the bottom of the deck and see what we have here. Ooh, we've got Heart of the Moment. Okay, so take a look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. Talk about a lot of passion. Talk about a lot of fire. So Pisces, you might have a lot of that that's actually going on. Now, this is a 16 card, so it brings it down to a 7. So it looks like that you might be, of course, lucky, because obviously that this, comes into that 7 type card. When I see this, what really comes to light for me is that if you're thinking about changing a location, let me just see here. Well, it's not a 7, it's a 7 card. So it wouldn't be that. It's actually more of like, standing within the heart of the moment. Being, in tune with yourself in that particular moment. And not planning, trying to plan things out and not having, and trying to force, those type of things to happen. And that's what this card really wants you to know. When I see this, it also talks about that it brings you a message that you're in a transition zone, okay? It could be in a relationship. There's a transition in a relationship, or perhaps might be Pisces within your life. And it is the one moment that happens. It's like the heart of the moment that can happen that will, I want to say this, let me put this up closer to see if you can see it, because it's kind of becoming a little blurry for some reason. Okay, there we go. Okay, got it. So there you have it. There is one point in time that like there's one moment that can take place, and they call it like the heart of the moment, that can change your destiny, forever. Okay, and that's what kind of this is kind of talking about, that will kind of open you up and manifest many opportunities, which one choice will be that pathway of fulfillment for you. Okay, so we always have a chance to create our future, right? And with our present choices, but at this time, what's happening, Pisces, that you are especially in a fertile karmic period, and you've come out of a cycle of really learning about and how to learn about how to enter into that new cycle for yourself. Okay, and that's what this is talking about. So this is the time to be willing to take a chance or to risk to be happy within yourself. No matter what's going on around you that might be happening, your life is about to take a karmic turn, and you can find peace in knowing that, okay? And that's what the Oracle wants to bring this message to you about, okay? You're in a transition zone of your life or in a relationship, and that's the underlying energy at this particular time. So just keep note of that. It's like a time where your past and your future, what's happening is that they're colliding, okay? And that's what this is saying. So it's quite beautiful, okay? And that's what it wants you to know. So all you have now is this present moment, and you have a powerful opportunity to decide how you wish to continue in a certain pattern of relating. Or not. Now, this may talk about a new relationship, leaving a relationship. This could be if you cannot make that decision and be at peace with your decision. Hold on. You'll decide. Soon, at the heart of the moment. Just focus in. And be at peace with your heart, and you can still partake in the heart of the moment, and then decide how you choose to be. Okay. So this is what it's basically saying. Will you choose to let go of shame and criticism, and of judgment and anxiety, of loss and despair, and just be with your own heart now? Will you choose to be in this moment and trust yourself, even if that trust says that you have to wait a while longer before you know more about that long-term, deeper decision? So this is the time when you can alter your future and step into a relationship with another, and even with the divine and with yourself in a new way. So that's what this wants you to know, okay? Now let's go ahead and move into your past situation and what we have for you here. So this talks about acceptance, and this is talking about accepting yourself perhaps in a relationship with another, and this is saying that the divine is really looking that over and blessing this type of situation. So perhaps you're being proposed to, or you're proposing to another. Whatever the case may be, this is saying there is a blessing. The divine is overseeing that and approves. So you're going to have to decide, of course, when it comes to the heart of the matter, what you're going to do, right? That's what this is saying. Now, the acceptance could also be accepting yourself as you are, and the divine is seeing that, and the divine is also accepting the things that you're doing in life for the greater good of the universe. It could be that as well. So, guys, note your comments below. I'd like to know. Also, the other card that you get here, now keep in mind that this is a 55 card, which actually comes, reduces to a 10, which reduces to a 1. And that 1 is a new beginning. So you're accepting this new beginning, and the divine is watching that and approving. So this is quite beautiful, guys. Now, the next thing that we get into is the Ancient Ones, is what this card is talking about. This is a 7 card. So how beautiful. It's a 52 that actually reduces to a 7. So you can see that there. Now, the beauty of this card, what this card talks about to me, is saying that you have taken a leap in your personal growth, and you are still testing it out in the physical world and trying to translate, your inner change to your outer experiences. So this is just saying, take heed. It's only just a matter of time, which is, that'll be reflected back to you in the physical world, okay? And what you have become at this time, you're going to see is going to be mirrored back to you in the eyes of those around you, and in sacred relationships too. So this is quite beautiful. You're going through a spiritual growth, and now, it's being acknowledged and witnessed, by beyond space and time in the reality of your mind. So do not, lose heart if your spirituality is not really fully acknowledged, or, being understood or appreciated by those around you in the physical world as of yet, because, it is, though they may love you, it is most likely that their vision is still bound by time and space, and they can't see to the very real gains that you have really made, and made in this subtle world. And it's almost as if that where growth begins, right? So the Ancient Ones are really talking about here is where all the spiritual growth begins. And it is a message that the Ancient Ones is really kind of telling you when this shows up in a read, is that, we see you, beloved. We honor your growth. It is real, and And soon it's going to be manifested fully in the physical world with a breathtaking beauty. So we honor your light. Namaste. Right? So it brings guidance. You've taken a leap in personal growth. So you may have experienced this in your past, or you will be experiencing this. You know, guys, energies do transcend. So this might even take place later on down the line. It could be months, even a year from now. So you just never know. But take what resonates and kick out what doesn't. Now, the next card that we get into what your present moment is fire and ice and drop in your heart. And what this talks about is that it wants you to get out of your head and to drop within your heart and to start feeling things. Use that feminine energy inside you, Pisces, and use that to lead the way, because that's going to be your guidance in moving forward in your current situation. So it's ever brought you here. It could have to do with a relationship. It could have to do with, a business. It could have to do with your spirituality within you. It's saying drop within your heart. You also get the card of fire and ice, and that's a 37 card that again makes a 10. So you got a 10 here and a 10 here, and the 10 reduces to a 1, again a new beginning. And with this new beginning, you've had a lot of fire and you've had a lot of ice, right, come through. So that's what this is saying. A lot of fire and a lot of ice have come through. And you've had to break, live through the heat of the fire and live through the cold, frigid, ice. And that's a part of a cycle, okay? It's a part of a cycle, and that's just the transformation. Just like at any gold, before it becomes actual gold, is a stone that has to be heated and processed, and it takes this alchemy for it to make those changes to become this beautiful, shiny piece of divine, just light and beauty. It just doesn't happen and appear that way, from the ground. It's built up over time, and it takes even more time to get rid of impurities to get that pure gold. So this is what is happening to you, dear soul, that you have to render that fire, you have to render that ice, and to break through that and then drop within your heart. And as you do that, it's going to bring you closer to what it is that you want. And the ancient ones are watching over this as it takes place, and it's quite beautiful. So I really see that as some sort of really beauty that's happening. Now we're going to go into is what it is that you want. And what you want is self-initiation, is what the card is showing here, and then the blood dance, which is beautiful, because the blood is about what's pumping through your heart and as it relates to everything within you. And it's this thing, there's this dance that takes place to keep you all from head to toe, together, that you are one with that. And when you're one with yourself, you actually bring out a lot of light. And what you want to do is to be one with yourself, and you want to surrender, and you want this transformation, this new beginning to take place, because you're feeling such passion. And so that's what this is talking about. Now, a little bit more in detail about the self-initiation part thing here, because what this is telling me is that there is a message that a teacher, that people come across your path, right? There is this initiation as you move into this type of new start here. There's initiation that takes place, and it could be you come across people on your path that some are wise, some are humble, and that type of thing. But it really talks about that they provide, it could even be a mentor. They provide this helpful word, this type of teaching that is a challenging lesson, or it's about trusting and relying on your own wisdom. And this self-initiation is putting yourself in the life itself, and offering life and living it to its fullest extent, because your own experiences are that what sparked the life within you. And that is the truest teacher that could ever teach you. So, and that's what's going to carry you to this awakened reunion with the divine. Okay, and to go through this transformation and to come out of this, in this beautiful new beginning. And that's what this is saying. You've got this new beginning that's happening, and it's about experiencing life, and it may be more deeply than you ever have before. And being connected with yourself through the blood of the heart, and doing this dance within yourself and bringing this all together. The 42 card is it's a 6 card, but what I see here, this card is actually telling you, this is confirmation that you're connected with the divine source, to all that is. And if you're experiencing being cut off from your body or from the divine, or even from your own feelings or even your intuition. This is saying be reassured that this is just a temporary cycle. All is connected with warmth and nourishment. Remember, just like the blood is connected from the heart and it pumps out to all of your veins and your capillaries in your body. If you feel, just know that you're going to become home again with great love. You're never far, and you're going to be, called home, and you always will be able to return to home. Okay. So if you feel that you have been journeying in life and you feel that you've lost your way, don't worry. Don't worry, because you're a precious soul and you're never far, from the divine. Okay, the divine really knows, how to bring you back home again. You just got to trust that that's going to be there, and that's why it's saying it's this whole dance that you are one, and you're one with your heart, and your heart feeds the rest of your body, just like the divine feeds you. It's this dance. So the next thing I want to get into in terms of is what is it that you need to focus on. And this card is called Falling. Oh yeah, I won't do that yet, but I might as well just put it out because I already did. But so this card is called Falling, and what this does is that this card is telling you is that it wants you to let the divine. It's just kind of like surrender. This is beautiful. It's kind of like this is a feather. And you know how feathers kind of surrender, it's kind of, they let go and they surrender, and then they fall quite softly to the ground. That's what this is actually calling out and saying. And this is all about, when I see this, to me, it tells me that you're in this process of, you're being called to a closer divine union, okay? And into the fulfillment of your destiny. And it's happening at this time. So it's safe for you to trust what is happening. Just go with it. And it might be feeling like you're asked to take like this leap of faith. And what this is saying is just to go with it. Okay, take that leap of faith. The right timing is for that, and it's happening right now. It's time to really give yourself love without holding back anything of yourself. Okay? And that's what this is saying. So don't worry. You may feel that you're falling, but it's just that your soul is diving deeper into an ocean of bliss, and you are really sensing parts of your life, that might be, some of them might be fleeting and falling away from you, but it may feel out of control at the moment. But you need to surrender, because you're going to be more powerful than the old adhesive that was between you that no longer serves you. So do what you need to do. Celebrate, ponder, laugh or cry, whatever makes sense. You are like a perfectly ripe fruit that is falling from the tree and is ready to be enjoyed, in all that you are. So that's what's just basically saying, is that that's what you need to focus on and what you need to do. Now, what you need to stay away from, what you need to avoid, is the breaking. Okay, and this is a 65 card, and it comes down to an 11. 11 brings down to a 2. Now, the breaking is, what is it that you need to avoid? So what does that mean in particularly? And when I see this, to me, it just tells me that, hey, you're at this particular point, and that it brings compassion and guidance. Because what happens is that the breaking is, no matter what sadness or what anger, despair, or frustration that you may feel, you are being pulled apart by dark forces. But you're being broken because the divine needs to embrace you and strip you what is no longer serving you. So the worst thing you could do is to avoid this breaking. What you need to do is to allow the breaking and to fall into the breaking and surrender into the breaking of you. So do this new beginning, acceptance and self-initiation, all the ones can actually lead into all this beauty. So that's what this is talking about. So you're breaking apart, and you might not understand why this is all happening, and there's not much to understand, and it's not easy to endure either. So I can definitely see that too, Pisces. But here's the thing: you may worry that things are going too far, that you may not recover or come back together again. But this is saying, Can you really hold back from the divine love that is calling you, that really lures you into becoming all that you are? So remember your divine nature and let the breaking happen. Don't avoid the breaking. You could try, but why would you want to do that? So, if you need to take a temporary rest of the storm, that's fine. Take rest if you need it, but then you're going to need to dive into this breaking and let yourself be broken by the divine so you can become your truth and you can actually live life in your truth and become all that you're meant to be. It's better to have a heart broken so that it grows than to be brokenhearted by thinking that you must protect yourself from love, and then you'll never experience it, right? So you need to be broken. I think that's one of the things about acceptance, accepting yourself, maybe accepting yourself even with another. You've got all this passion here, but there's a lot of work that you're doing within to make yourself whole and to love yourself and to break through those things. And like I said, it's like that piece, that diamond that has to go through the heat and the even temperatures, just like the gold. There's many facets of a diamond. There's to get that perfection in there, it's going to go through some cuts and some changes, but go through the breaking because it's going to lead you to exactly where you're meant to be and to a greater life than you ever anticipated. So that's what it wants you to know. And so what I'm going to do is to pull some final cards here that will help us, in terms of this breaking and how can we help Pisces out with this? What can we do? And this is saying domestic harmony. Wow, you're going through something because this actually brings into a 10 and this is 1. So you're going through some sort of domestic harmony that is taking place in this new beginning of acceptance, new beginning of breaking things through. And then you actually have reached this domestic harmony. That's quite beautiful, guys. I love to actually see this. This is quite beautiful. So it is bringing domestic harmony to you. So you've got a 10, and so whatever it is that the decisions that you're making, it's making you feel good at home. Okay. What's another? Relationship change. Oh my gosh, this is great. So you might be moving into a new change and letting go of an old particular relationship, or up leveling in a new relationship. So this is quite beautiful, guys. Really, really beautiful. Wow. Gosh. Okay, so there you have it. It's quite beautiful. So there's some sort of relationship change that is actually happening, and you guys got to tell me at the comments below on what that is, because it's quite profound. And it could be, just, accepting in a new relationship, like I said, or up leveling in one. But it indicates where a relationship in life that you're going through is definitely a period of change and of adjustment. It's inevitable, but it's necessary for the natural progression of the relationship. And it's all about, the wisdom, the experience that's gained will actually grow to benefit all people that are involved. So the two of you involved, it's really going to help. So just keep that in mind. It's to initiate this, and it's a declaration of commitment, for example. It could be a wedding or an engagement, and indicates even a resolution to maybe an ongoing problem or dispute. But here's like a marriage card here. It's quite beautiful, and it's like dropping into your heart, and really it's quite beautiful. So what more advice do we have for you in this overall reading? New beginnings. Well, didn't we talk about that? Boom, boom. And then another one. I mean, it's quite interesting. New beginnings, new relationship. It's quite interesting. So you've got this new beginning and this opportunity to move forward. So I really love it for you guys. Gosh, this is quite beautiful. You guys, are you experiencing this? Note your comments below, guys, okay? This is saying that, these are opportunities, that play a very, very important role in this, such as this new beginning. And by drawing this card, you're encouraged to really find the inner strength and courage to step forward on this new beginning. Remember, this is like this self-initiation, experience life. Life is all about, life is its greatest teacher, so start experiencing life. And it talks about, really that new opportunities may present themselves in the areas of relationship, in areas of home, okay, in areas of career. So you guys have got to tell me, and there might be a chance to study, travel, or embark on an exciting new endeavor. So, regardless of what it is, really just pay attention to the signs and seize the moment, okay? Because when you're open to these new beginnings, the universe is going to send you the next logical step to take, even if you're not sure what that is. So the mantra to remember here is that I embrace new beginnings and make my dreams just come true. So that's what it wants you to know. So guys, I hope that this resonates with you in some way, shape, or form. And if there's a final advice that we could give you, concentrate on music. This might have to do with music, guys. So if this has to do with some sort of career, something that you like in music, or just playing music is going to get you into that creativity, this is saying to go ahead and do that. That music might play a very, very important role, you know, in this particular process for you. I love it. I don't know what life would be without music, but it's saying listen to music that you enjoy to improve your health, your well-being, and your quality of life. Singing, composing, or just, you know, filling your heart with joy raises your vibration and really enhances your connection with Source. And remember that we really want to focus on that connection with Source, because what you attract is how you feel in any given moment. And if you feel great, you're going to attract that, you know, consistently good things that make your dreams come true. So keep that in mind. Music is the ultimate way to bring yourself in alignment, because it takes just a few minutes to sing your favorite song rather than worry about, just, you know, a day, an inspiration, how do I want to say this? It's like, rather than even worrying about anything else, it really takes your mind off your stress and traffic and anything like that. So keep in mind that the healing power of music brings me closer to my dreams. I love that. I really, really love that, guys. So I hope this resonates in some way, shape, or form. Please note your comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the month of November. And until then, namaste.